Okay, so in this short clip, I'm going to talk about the potential utility for you doing offline NBME forms 1 through 19 in preparation for your step 1. I've made plenty of content about the monumental importance of assiduously memorizing forms 20 through 30 prior to your step 1. I do not want to make this a 27-minute preface where I discuss repeatedly why doing 20 through 30 are so critical, okay? That the real USMLE is the NBMEs. But in this clip, we're going to talk about when should you do 1 through 19? Could that benefit you? Okay. So before we get started, allow me to be an asshole like I usually am. Tell you to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Help grow this channel. Share with one of your friends prepping for USMLE. Help bring awareness to this channel. Hit the like button. Hit the bell if you want notifications. Find me on Instagram at Melman_medical, MEHLMAN_medical. Link is down below. And find us on Telegram. Recently created a Telegram group and channel. The links are down below. Now let me address the fucking point of this question, which is NBME forms 1 through 19. Is there utility prior to your step 1 in doing these forms? And the answer is notably, if you are very far out from your exam, okay, and you are working through QBank, you're on USMLE RX, or you're doing UWorld, and you want to gain a preliminary sense of what the NBME questions are like, absolutely. You can look at forms 1 through 19, okay? There's no harm in doing that. We just want to make sure that you sufficiently make inroads on QBank, okay? That's standard prep, making sure you get through QBanks. You don't want it to be where you didn't get through UWorld, let's say, because you were focused on forms 1 through 19. The other thing to bear in mind is 1 through 19 don't have explanations. Okay, so when you're far out from your exam, going through actual QBanks like USMLE RX and UWorld, they have the lengthy explanations where you can build up your foundation a bit better, okay? Then when we get closer to your exam, the reason I specifically recommend 20 through 30, the newest NBMEs, 200 questions per form, 11 forms, that's 2,200 questions, it's essentially a QBank. Of course, 20 through 24 don't have explanations, 25 through 30 do, but the reason going through those questions is so important is because, as I mentioned at the very beginning of this clip, the real USMLE is the NBME questions. The questions are exactly the same, repeats. If you do 1 through 19, you're going to see repeats on 20 through 30, and you do 20 through 30, you're going to see the repeats on the real deal, okay? So the reason I don't a student might say, well, Michael, why 20 through 30? Why not like, let's say, 17 through 30? There's no specific reason it can't be the case. It's just a matter of, I see it as generally reasonable that doing the newest 11 forms, 2,200 questions, plus an actual QBank like UWorld that has longer explanations, I see that as generally satisfactory for prep, okay? We could just say arbitrarily 18 through 30. We could, okay? It doesn't have to be 20 through 30. But when we talk about what's practical, what's implementable for many of you guys watching this, it's a pretty good process, in my view, that doing 20 through 30 prior to USMLE, memorizing those incorrects, and especially after you do the incorrects, going back through your corrects, really knowing those questions, 20 through 30 is pretty satisfactory, okay? You don't have to stress about how far back do you need to go all the way to NBME 1, which there's literally a question about Gibbs free energy, delta G on NBME 1. I'm not joking. And then there's another question about number of moles of a gas expanding, if I recall correctly. Okay, so in short recapitulation here, you can do 1 through 19 at any point. You can look at those questions if you want extra practice. They're not mandatory, okay? When you're close to your exam, just make sure you're knocking out forms 20 through 30, okay? That's generally the best way to stay consolidated on the newest USMLE material. You know the deal. I'm going to continue making more content. If you like my stuff, subscribe to my channel. And I appreciate your time. That's it.